Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Today's gonna be a little bit different. As you can tell by like the title and the description and all that, I'm gonna be demoing some products by Huge Miniatures, who is a new sponsor of myself. So I'm showing off their products. I'll be making some sample stream or some sample bases because they do basing supplies. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Any ideas? I'll try it with their stuff. It'll be it's a nice selection. Got some grass, puffs and static, flowers, some other scatter, which is normally like a combination of 3 or 4 different materials to create one diverse material, I guess. And the texture pastes and some wood. So yeah, let's get rolling. I'm gonna throw up a welcome message for you guys. Welcome. There it is. So you can use any of those commands, use the exclamation point and type in the word and you'll get your stuff. So first off, I'm going to show off the texture pastes because after I'm done showing them off, I'm going to use one of them. I have a selection of, I think they have 6. I have 6. I think they have 6 as well. I think I have them all. And I've already put them on bases and they're all dried and ready to go so that you don't have to wait for an hour to see what they look like. I thought that would be a little silly. So I'm going to go through these one by one, talk about them, show them off, all that good stuff. I'm trying to get a color right for my son's Space Marines. I ended up having to give up. We were fighting over the tint of teal. I'm sorry. Just wasn't the right teal that you needed. I also have some awesome news for my Twitch subscribers. I just got my emotes and my subscription badges uploaded. They're brand new. They're still pending though, so they won't show up because Twitch has to go through and make sure they're not something they shouldn't be. So let's start with this one. This is the Martian. The texture paste. Of course, that's what all of these are right now. And this is it dried. You can see they dry very hard, very solid. Some other pastes that I've worked with. Hey Kristen, welcome. Some other pastes that I've worked with dry and they're very rubbery. Like it's just a clump of dried paint that's rubbery. So this is very different than what I'm used to. You can see the nice grit in it. When you look closely, you can see different colored sands, and it kind of like shines in some spots, just to show the different grits. Here it is, what it looks like wet out of the pot here. They have really nice wide mouth pots. It's easy to scoop out of. I'm a big fan of that. This is what I have been using, is this stuff. And when it gets low, it's really hard to get stuff out. So this is nice, a nice shallow, wide mouth jar. So that is Martian Earth. It doesn't say Earth, but yeah, you can see their website right there, hugeminis.com. And also, I'm going to go through. Do you want me to do these one by one and kind of start dry? I'm going to do them one by one. Let's do that. I'm going to dry brush it and maybe give it a little bit of a shade to show the depth to it, so we can get more out of it, see the grit better. I think a good dry brush for this red earth would probably be, let's go for like a brighter orangey red. I've got one in mind. I just need to find it. I think it's called Squig Orange. Yeah, our Jokairo Orange I think will work. Let's do that one. And there is a special code to get a full discount off of your future orders. So there's my sponsorship code. You can see it in the welcome message. I'm gonna make you guys work for it. You'd think I would have had a dry brush out to do this. Oh, here we go. Yes, he did. I think you were watching it, but you might not have been like physically here when he gifted you the subscription. But yeah, it was very nice to do that for you. But you have a subscription. You can't use my emotes or see the badges yet because they're still pending approval. But soon. So I'm going over this with this Jokairo Orange. Very light dry brush. Just really quickly like that. And then I'm gonna go the other way. I go both ways, Justin. Sometimes I do it first, sometimes I do it second. I just wanted to do this first for sake of time. I'll probably, yeah, I think I'll do this first dry brush and then do a shade and then do another dry brush. So now you can kind of see the grit starting to show up. But yeah, I'll do that shade now. I'm going to be using Citadel shades for you guys. That's what most people have. I mean, I could thin down a brown paint for you, but I'll just use Citadel shades and call it a day. I'm going to use the sepia. I think it'll look good on this. I think Agrax would be a little too dark. I tried to when I was applying these, I tried to make them look like the earth that they're supposed to be representing. So I made this one very crater-like and pitted. So we'll let that dry. We'll come back to it in a little bit. Next, to show off will be we'll do desert next.
Lick me? Walk up and lick my leg.
So this is desert. This one was very it's kind of thick and gritty. And it kind of dries like cookie dough. But again, you can see the different colored grits in it, and it dries rock hard like the other one did. So I'm going to show, I think if I would have applied it smoother, it probably would have looked more like sand, but I kind of pitted it, mainly to show the texture. And it even kind of looks like, hummus, actually, in the jar. Don't put it on your cracker. Ah, I'm funny. I'm funny. I'm gonna also apply sepia to this one. And we'll see how that dries in a little bit. I also have a base that I'll be making. But I'm gonna use a specific, when I get to it, I'll start making that base and then continue showing these off. So this is the sepia over the desert sand. See how that one dries, and then we'll give it a good old dry brush. Next, we'll do the snow. They have a snow paste. A lot of manufacturers try to make a good snow, and they fail miserably. So, Huge Miniatures did a good job. This is the snow. I tried to apply it like kind of in drifts. You can see the wavy snow drift, I guess. I think that this would also be really good to apply over another texture base, so it looks like thick snow over dirt, you know, kind of half and half. Maybe we can work on that. I can show some of that off. Maybe I will do that. Let's do that in a little bit. But this one, it kind of applied very fluffy. And there's not like grit in it, but there's sparkles. There's like some sparkles in it to make it shine like snow. And yeah, it looks like kind of a whipped cream kind of thing going on. Very, very nice texture paste. And this one dries hard too. They all do, I think. Yeah, I really like that. I just noticed that, like, for this stream. That's, you know what I think would be really cool? To put contrast Apothecary White on this. To kind of get, like, a cool blue. And I'm gonna thin it out. So there's Apothecary White on my palette. Thinning it out with some water. And we'll see how this looks. Just to give it some depth. So like when you go to like photograph your miniature, it doesn't look like a white blinding. Yeah, this will just kind of settle in the snow drifts that I kind of sculpted there. If you have any questions, feel free. Really, that's what I'm here for. Here to show off stuff, and if you want to know more, I'll tell you all I know. Okay, next up. We're gonna do the dirt. Yeah, we'll do the dirt. I just need to put it on a stand. Dirt. It looks like dirt, which is what you want. So gritty, and it looks like a drier dirt, not like a moist, compact dirt. Here's what it looks like in the pot. It's very it's smoother than the other ones. This one you can apply a lot smoother, but I'm sure if you wanted any of the other ones, you could just add a little bit of water, depending on what you were doing, and you'd get a smoother result. But for the sake of what I'm doing, I did not dilute anything. I just applied them straight out of the jar. So that's now I'm going to use some of the dirt after I dry brush this, because I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to dry brush it with some Xandri dust, and then give it a good old shade of Agrax. Well, I always appreciate the support, Kristen. It's awesome. And you have the same name as me, so that's cool too. And you get to know a lot about a hobby that you don't do. Just like an extra thing to know. So there, I did one way. Now I'm going to turn it 90 degrees and do the other way. Like this real quick. And look at that. Really picked up. It looks awesome. I like this. I'm always looking for a good dirt paste. I wouldn't even say this needs a shade. Like, really. Actually, let's not shade it. Let's not. But I'm gonna give it another dry brush of I think a bone. Here's Shapty bone. Jax, are you very interested? You look very interested. What can I do that's bad? Sorry. For anyone watching, I do have a special code for you guys. If you're interested in purchasing some products from Huge Miniatures, just ask me about it. Or throw up exclamation point Huge Minis. There's another dry brush. Went a little heavy. That's okay. Maybe we'll do a light shade. We'll do a light shade of sepia. When I say light, I mean I'm not really going to let it pool a whole lot. Just glaze over it. And I'm going to be making stuff out of some of these bases. Like adding grass and flowers and scatter. I'm excited to show you the scatter. Real cool. Oh, for any new viewers, I'm going to throw up the welcome message. Welcome. Oh, I spelled that wrong because I can't see my keyboard. Right, I'm going to be using the dirt on a special base that I'm going to be making. We'll see how it turns out. So far, the only thing going on in this base is cork and a rock. And this is actually pieces of bark from Huge Miniatures that I painted gray to look like rocks. It's called redwood debris. And it's really small pieces of redwood. Very nice. Different sizes, shapes for all different uses and purposes. You like it? So let's apply some of the dirt onto this base that I made, or am working on. I need some sculpting tools. I have some actually, I know. Let me get those. That would be way better than what I'm currently doing.
What? No.
Okay, I'm looking.
Hey, well.
All right. This is just a sculpting tool meant to be used for clay and whatnot. Much better than an old brush for applying this. Oh, thank you. Throwing up the code, Kristen. This is really nice for just applying it smoothly and quickly for large areas like this base. It's a pretty large base. It's all good. Got lots of fun commands. So there's half of it, and I'll add some more back here. This spreads like butter. Very easy to do. Ooh, car alarm. As always, I am on baby watch. Maybe she won't. Gonna stick some back here. This base doesn't have a purpose. I'm just making it to show you products on a larger space. Maybe I'll find a purpose for it. Maybe I won't. It's just a demo. So that's the dirt. And then I just use my finger to clean up the edges of the base. Like get dirty. And sneak some in here. Kind of like underneath. This is just a rock. Literally a rock that I painted gray. And I can kind of make it look like a buildup of dirt up here. Then that grit will dry and make a nice texture on top of the cork. Where else? I can sneak some inside here. I'm gonna smear it again. Like so. And I think just a little bit more over here would be nice. So that'll take a while to dry, which is why I'm kind of doing it in the beginning of the stream. And clean off the butter knife. So that was the dirt terrain paste. Oh, that was upside down. No. So the sepia on the dirt here dried. Looks nice. I like it a lot. Pretty happy with that. I can give it another dry brush. And randomly. This one I'm not doing all over. Random splotches like that. And we can glue some crap to it. Not crap. I'm sure you get it. I'm going to glue some static grass onto this one. So I'm just putting some glue on my palette here. Easier for me to work with on the palette. I'll apply it to the base directly. I'm going to add a little bit of water to it so it's easier for me to work with. And some of the paint got mixed in, but we're going to apply it to like a random smidgen of the base. So about half the base here. And I've got, no, I'm going to use one of the scatters, I think. We can use, this one is really cool. It's the Moreland scatter. 4-in-1. It's 4 basing materials mixed in. So here you've got a deep purple, kind of a plum clump foliage, like a green foliage. Got the static grass, and then you've got a small grit in there. I'm going to take the base, put it in there, and sprinkle this stuff on top. This is really cool to get like diverse terrain easily. I'm just gonna mush it in there. Then flip it upside down. This helps stand up the static grass instead of it laying down flat. At least I think it does. I might be superstitious and I don't know. Give it a little bit of a blow. Get the excess off. And there you have a nice little pretty base. We can add a grass tuft to it. Be really cool to add a model to. It'll photograph really well too. I'm always thinking about how things will look good because I photograph all my minis. You know, whatever. So that's the dirt with the Moreland 4-in-1 scatter. I have a fox that I'm going to glue to one of these bases that I make. So it's the only thing I could find that was painted. What can I do next? So here is one that I am really happy with. It's the mud. It's a nice dark brown and it dries glossy. There's a gloss, I'm assuming there's a gloss medium in it to make it look like wet mud. So, and there's like some smaller grits in there. And I applied it with a bunch of like divots on purpose. So it looks like, yeah. Okay, making sure this frame is healthy. So this one, I'm not going to do a shade. A dry brush might get rid of the muddy effect. But I think would be cool is to this. This is not a huge miniatures product. It's just a water effect that I'm going to apply inside some of the little divots that I made here. This takes a while to dry. And it's a self-leveling, so it'll kind of seep into where it wants to go, like water. And I want it to look like mud with water in it. Helping it spread a little bit. And I think there's a little divot here. And it's kind of bringing out some green that might be inside this paste. Like that. I think that looks really awesome. Nice muddy base. I can imagine like a soldier running through it, I guess. So we'll let that set. It's basically just a clear resin. You can color it and dye it and all that, but I thought it's shallow enough that it kind of takes on the color underneath it. That's the mud texture paste. Oh, here's what it looks like. This one's a little deceiving because look how dark it dried compared to how light it is. This looks like peanut butter, but it dried really dark brown. I don't know how it did that at all. What's the channel points? Promise glitz, which is a high. Oh, thank you. I got a highlighted message so everyone can see. I haven't messed with I think what are they called? Stream points or viewer points or something. I haven't messed with them a whole lot. Okay. And one last paste is the basalt. It's basically Kari black for all of your black Kari terrain needs. That one will look good with a gray dry brush. And it looks like tar. And it's super clumpy, super gritty, black, cool stuff. This would be really cool to like make pavement with. If you were doing like a modern day diorama, maybe. We'll give it a dry brush here to show off the grit. Do 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 do. No, Abby, don't do it. There we go. That's the basalt tool. The gray kind of, I think, helps show it off a little bit more. Fun. Alright, so I've showed you all of the texture pastes. I have started creating a paste. This one, it'll take a little bit to dry. It's already starting to dry on the edges, so I probably won't get to this for a little bit. But let's work on some of these other bases. Martian. The sepia did not dry in it very well for some reason. It dried white. So I'm going to do something else. I'm going to do flesh shade on it. Try that. No, that's flagon orange, which will look good too. Just an orange shade. Really cool about these is the way I've been doing it is I've been using the Vallejo paste and painting it to what color I need. Having these already be awesome colors. I don't feel the need to do that. But of course, it's an option if you need something obscure. And what's this one? This is the desert one with the sepia on it. I'm going to give it another dry brush. Up. Maybe we can adorn it with I got a few more scatters. Deja vu, the video just went back and repeated the past seconds. That's weird. So I'm going over it with Xandri Dust and do Shop T-Bone. Apparently my videos just can never stream well. This looks kind of like a blown over windy desert ground. Let's see, we've got an arid 4-in-1 scatter, which obviously would be like a dry desert. Let's see what this one looks like. And mix it up real well, even though it's already mixed. I just feel better mixing it. So this one has two different colors of clump foliage. You got a dark green, you got a lighter green, you got like a brown dry grass blend. Not too fun to paint. And then it's got a really small grit like the other one has. So I will get some more glue on here on this base. Again with a little bit of water. Not too much, you don't want it to be water glue. And we'll apply it like, I think this would be best applied in like a few patches. Like this. So we got 3 splotches of blue, or glue there. And we'll set it in there, and we'll cover it up with this stuff. The arid 4-in-1 scatter. Make sure we get a little bit of everything in there. Kind of press it in. And flip it over, tap, tap, tap. And I'll give it a little bit of a blow here. Alright, this one, I like it a lot. Look what happened. You've got the grass, the dry grass, which kind of blends in with the desert very well, but when grass is dry, it's obviously brown like sand. And then you've got the small little tiny grit pieces that just kind of settled themselves inside. It looks really cool. After my stream, or maybe tomorrow, I'll get better pictures of all the bases I've been working on during this stream. Oh, I've showed you 2 of the 4-in-1 scatters so far. I have a couple. I think I have 4 or 5, I have 6 of them. And I'll go ahead and glue some of this redwood debris onto one of the bases here. Just dabbed it in the glue.
Got
it. And, ooh, came off. Alright, I'm not going to use the watered down glue for that. That was a dumb idea. Did you get the paste from? Yeah, I got all the pastes. Mike, they're nice. I'm going through them right now. So I'm just taking some of this redwood debris and gluing it to this base. I think I'm going to take another long skinny piece. Oh, this is a cool piece. I don't know how to glue it. And maybe I'll just kind of do this. So it's kind of like standing up, all silly like. No, now I don't want this one there anymore. Sorry, I'm being super nitpicky over here. Yeah, the mud is awesome, and I love them. I'll show you, if you just tuned in, I'll show you what I just did with the mud. Yeah, there we go. We got some cool little foresty scene here. But glue should dry clear, so don't worry about that. I added... so this is, I think, is awesome, because here's what happened. It's like formulated to work with water effects, or it's a happy coincidence. Who knows? So, this is the mud that's dried, and I applied it with divots so that I could apply water. I added the water effects, and it even changed the color, because the mud, when it's wet, is this color, and then it dries this black color. And then when I applied the water effects, it went back to the orange color, and it looks wet. I'm sorry, I just think that's amazing. I don't know how, it's magic, but Huge Minis did it. Okay. So, this is the desert with the arid. Maybe I'll use these burnt grass tufts on it, or I've got Where are my other flowers? Oh, there they are. I have Frosty Tufts. I think the Frosty Tufts would look good on this base. Or this one. No, I think this one will give it a little bit more color. These are, by the way, this is their new packaging. A lot of the stuff that I have is in their old packaging. This one allows you to see it better. And the new ones are also self-adhesive, but I like to add glue. So I'm gonna get a medium-sized one here. They're self-adhesive, but this one isn't like super sticky. I would definitely add glue. So I just dabbed it in the glue here, and I'll add it to like the outskirts of the base so that there can be a miniature in the center. There, a cool base for you. Very natural, and I made it super quick. I think maybe this one that's made with the dirt, I'll add a flower. Go ahead and add, I think, a white flower or a blue flower. Let's do blue. Yes, they also do flowers, if you didn't know, and they are gorgeous. Look at how pretty those are. So, again, dabbing them in the glue. And I'm going to apply this one really close to the log. So there's the Moorland base. I'm going to call it by the scatter that I used. It's beautiful. I can't wait to add, like, actually paint miniatures and glue them to these bases. Okay. Let's see how this guy's drying. It's still wet, but I can add little divots with my finger here. I'm kind of play with it. Alright, what else? I got the snow one, and I added the contrast white to it. It didn't do a whole lot, but it just kind of settled in the recesses, so you see a little bit of shadow from it. I'm not going to dry brush it because it's snow. It's white. I can't really do a whole lot with that. What I think would have been cool to do would be add some of the wood, so it looks like the snow snowed on the wood, and you can kind of see it half covered up. Yeah, I can do that now. There it is. I don't have enough bases for how much I have to show off. I didn't realize how much I really had. I'm gonna take like one of the redwood debris here. Smaller, probably a smaller, longer piece. Like so. Nah. I'll have to make a new base, I think, to do that. Problem is nothing is really on top of snow. So I'm just gonna leave this one how it is and maybe make a snowy base. Oof, almost lost all of that. What? I got the Martian. And I don't think anything really grows on Martian. Let me see. Oh. I think Edmec are normally based in a Martian. Let's see if they do any grass. No, they don't really do any grass on their stuff. Why would there be grass? Search a Martian base. No, it looks like rocks. Could have added some rocks. It's stuff that I like to do before I add the paste. Huge Minis sells rubble and grit for you to like make your own rocks and stuff. But for the sake of just trying to show stuff off, yeah, I don't really have anything that would complement it very well, but it's a cool paste. I don't make Martians forever. We can come back to this mud. Add some static grass. Because this is called muddy. You can't see it because I'm really messy, but it's muddy grass. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of it around here. If anyone has any questions, shoot. So they don't do the bags anymore. They do bins and jars. So if you buy anything, you won't get it in a bag. I purchased a lot of my stuff a long time ago because I've been using their stuff for a long time. So I'm just gonna dip it in this bag like so, and kind of go like that, just so I don't make a huge mess. And it even got some inside the water effects, which I'm not upset about. I'll take some of it out though. Using a brush to kind of pick some of it out. Something I didn't think about it when I did that it would settle in the wet water effect. Man, I screwed up. Some grass is okay though. That looks cool. And hopefully the glue dries clear. I might make a few more bases. I might paint for a little bit too. Or actually, I am going to paint for a little bit while some of the stuff is drying. Is there a base you'd want to see or a certain combination? Just let me know. I'll make it. I will make it. I'm going to glue a fox or to this base. It looks cool. I painted the fox a long time ago. He's not really great looking, but I think that looks cool. Oh. Let me go get some glue. Super. Good.
God.
I tried. I said your name like 3 times. Super glue. I'm going to dab it onto my palette. And then dab his feet into it. And get off excess here. Moosh him onto the base. Now we have a little fox stalking through the dirt. And we'll paint the base rim black. I don't have any other minis to actually like glue onto bases, because I had all these bases like with the paste already made, and all the minis I have like integrated bases that I have to work around. So I didn't have time to cut off all the integrated bases. But we'll get some minis painted up for them. I'm going to be working on a beholder while I'm waiting for this stuff to dry. Look at that. There's a gnarly fox. I'm going to grab another drink. BRB. I'll probably be gone for a minute or two, just to kind of take a quick breather. Or if this child wakes up. I think she's. But I'll be right back. I'll let you guys know in chat if I have to be gone for longer than a minute or two. Hey, I'm back. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong scene for a moment. Yeah, well, back to basing some miniatures using Huge Miniature products. Texture paste, flowers, sand, dirt, scatter, all the good stuff. So this is I found this, it's a goblin. I never finished painting it, but we're gonna base it real quick. Just kind of work with it, and then maybe I'll finish painting it. Actually, let me throw some Agrax on it. It's gonna get a real, like, quick and dirty paint job, because this is not about painting right now. So I'm gonna throw some Agrax on the leather here. I painted this like last year and just never finished. There's 4 of them, but I'm not gonna do all 4. So I was gonna throw some of the I'm gonna throw a texture paste on there, I don't know what yet. Or I just might use the scatter.
Ooh, shit. Whoops.
These are from these are from Reaper. They're from the Dungeon Dwellers line. Just throw this shade on here to make it look a little bit more done. Okay. Let's see, we got a couple 4-in-1 scatters. I don't think I'll use a texture paste. I'll just go straight for the scatter. We got Tundra, Woodland, and Marsh, and Bog are my top options right now. The Tundra is real nice. So is the Bog. Let me just show them to you. I'm going to use the Bog though. Oh, that one had tape on it because I haven't opened it yet. So this one is Tundra. It's got I think it's the Frosty blend, maybe? Because I have tufts that look like this. And then the green foliage. And some of the whitewood debris, like splinters, mixed in. It's pretty cool and fluffy. So that's the Tundra. I'm going to use the Bog on this guy. I'm going to mix it up because it looks like some of this grit may have settled on the bottom. Get some glue on this base. This is the only mini I could find that didn't have an integrated base that I had to work around because it's actually on a it's slotted. And we'll get a little bit of water in there and kind of mush it around. And clean up on the lip. Oh, I didn't open this one either. I just got these in the mail like 2 days ago. I looked at them all though. So yeah, this is Bog. It looks like it has the Muddy Grass blend. Like a medium-sized grit. 2 different shades of green with a clump foliage. So we'll just settle him in there. You can use your hands, you can use tweezers. I just realized this might accidentally get into the wet shade, but oh well, this is just an example. And I'm gonna press it in with the paintbrush handle. Okay. Oh, some of it got in here because the glue leaked. That's fine. Now we're gonna tap this off. So that's our goblin inside of the bog. I think a little grass tuft will look good. Oopsies. I'm gonna put a little burnt grass tuft on him. And maybe I'll finish painting him one day. Or maybe I'll just do it now. Normally, you know, you base when you're done painting, I guess, but this is all for example purposes. And yeah, I was right about the grass getting stuck to him. I was right about that. Wait for your paint to dry before you stick them in grass. I think I got it all. Okay. So let's go ahead and finish painting him real quick. Real simple, like, dirty paint job. Like I said before. He's not even, like, primed. Did I prime him? I don't know. I painted him so long ago. I don't know why I wouldn't prime something, but whatevs. I'm not even going to be doing any highlights on this. He's just going to be pure, quick, dirty tabletop. He's metal. Drax, what are you doing? How's everybody doing tonight? It's been awfully quiet. Giving him a little bit of a purple leather look, just to make him more interesting to look at. Not sure why a goblin would have purple leather, but ask the goblin, not me. And there's a little bit of metal showing on his ear. I might have accidentally gotten some paint rubbed off. So I'm just gonna touch that up. Looks like his skin has been dry brushed, so I'm gonna leave that alone. And I'll give him some yellow eyes. I'm gonna throw up a welcome message for anyone new tuning in. Welcome. Ah, this yellow always explodes every time I open it. It just goes everywhere. So these are yellow eyes. And some rope color. Xandri dust is normally my go-to for that. Because there's ropes holding in his quiver. And words are just hard. just need some metals for his studded armor. Ugh. And I think I'm going to add a piece of that wood onto this base too. What squeal? Hold on. Sorry, I'm just trying to hear it.
Oh my god.
Shoo!
What happened?
My thing is squealing.
Your sound?
That's what it was.
What?
It was the Bluetooth somehow. Oh, that's just weird. Because it started.
That's what it was.
Oh shit. It started when he took them out. I'm gonna turn off the Bluetooth on my computer. You stopped using them.
I didn't.
Well, weren't you talking to me?
Yeah, but it's out of my
Oh,
ear right now.
okay.
It's not in the thing.
It was just really weird timing, that's all.
I know.
I'm still gonna turn off my Bluetooth. I think it might have been some weird interference. Who knows?
Anyway, yeah. Fuck rap. I did not part of it.
That's what I was trying to say.
Trying to work around all those.
Alright, guys. Yep, it was, I think it might have possibly been Bluetooth, guys. But we're back. Welcome, welcome. That was just a super weird coincidence. So I turned off the Bluetooth on my laptop and it seems to have stopped. And welcome, Blake paints slow. I paint slow too. I'm looking for a silver. Like a lead belcher maybe? Yeah. Blame the husband, likely. Isn't that always the best option? I'm just gonna get some little silvers on his studs. This guy's just a quick dirty paint job to show off the basing material. At first I thought it was the baby monitor crossing, but that didn't seem... It's been sitting next to the computer the whole time, so I didn't think that was it. And hopefully by the time I'm done messing with this guy, that dirt is somewhat dry. So I can start messing with it. Get all the studs painted. I cannot believe she's still sleeping. Alright, and now I just need to get some red in the arrow fletching. And when that all dries, we'll throw some Agrax and call it a day. I totally don't think I primed these when I started painting them. I must have just been really bored and wanted to paint some goblins. Oh. Yeah. I just noticed because I unplugged the camera and then plugged it back in. So that reset all my settings. In case that was what was causing the issue, because I used the microphone on my camera. Thank you. Let's fix my colors too. Having all sorts of issues today. There we go. Perfect. And I'll paint the edge of the face. And then we got a gobbo. Mostly done. A mostly done gobbo. Ah! Now we'll paint this black. Make it look nice and official. Again, this is the Bog 4-in-1 scatter by Huge Minis. And for those of you on Facebook, you can't use commands like I have set up on Twitch. So I'll just let you know what the code is. The code is KD10 KD10, and you'll get 10% off of non-sale items for your next orders. So that's the Bog with the burnt grass tuff. It looks pretty cool. Fancy. Quick, dirty paint job. Alright. What else do we got? I'm gonna go ahead and get some of these bases off my table. A little bit. Ow. This one right here, by far my favorite. I need a cool mini to put on this one. I love it. This is with the desert. No, this is with the dirt and the dirt and the marsh scatter with the redwood debris and a blue flower. See if I'm going to show you some more of these scatters. This is the woodland scatter. I used it on KD10, not an A, like my initials, KD. This is the Woodland Scatter. I used it on some Night Lords of Shane's that might be nearby. Not nearby, so I'm not going to get up. That's the green blend, 2 different colors of clump foliage, and the redwood debris. Very nice and woody. And oh, that was the Moorland one on the base that I liked. This is the Marsh. Yeah, that's it. Yes, I'll show you the flowers, Blake, in 1 second. I've got most of the colors. So this is Marsh 4-in-1 Scatter. Very, very bright. Green, static grass, 2 different colors of the clump foliage, like a lime green and like a yellow green, and then like a large grit. And the grit, it's actually rocks. I thought it was cardboard, but it's rocks. So, we got purple flowers. Let me open up the package. Again, this is old packaging. They have redone them. I backed their flower Kickstarter last year or 2 years ago, and that's what these are from. These are purple. Very, very nice. This is Pink Mix. It's light pink, dark pink, and white. Pretty. And here's the blue. I used one. I'll show it to you. The blue. They are very, very bright. Then there's this one, soft yellow. They're like a creamy yellow. And that's all the ones that I have. Wait, nope, there's one more. This is Warm Mix. And it's yellow, orange, and red. So this dirt is almost dry. I don't think I'll be able to work with it much tonight. I think I'm going to begin the paint session of this. I'm just gonna paint until I can't paint anymore. But yeah, going to show you the completed bases. So again, here's the Goblin with the Bog mix. Here's the muddy base that I made. The only non-huge mini product here is the water effects. Yeah, they do have a good selection. Check out their site. Definitely flowers, clump foliage, for trees. They sell the clump foliage by itself for you to like use trees and make your own stuff. And they have tree armatures. They have grits, all the different grit that is inside the 4-in-1 scatters. They have rocks. They have all the pastes. It's awesome. I'm happy to be working with them. Be sure to use code KD10 if you check them out. There's the mud. Oh no, my fox fell! Not the fox! Poor guy. So this fox is on the desert paste with the arid scatter on top with the burnt grass tuft. And he's just looking for something to hunt. So that's the 4 completed bases. I think over the next, I'm gonna work on this one. I don't know what to put on it, but I'm basically gonna be using it as a bigger sample base to use more products. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed seeing this product line. I certainly like working with it. I'm going to do a quick transition. I'm gonna paint. I'm gonna be working on a beholder. He's red. So let me put up the BRB screen here. Hey. Okay. Changed the title. Redid my desk. Work on this beholder that I started yesterday. Oh, no problem. Thank you for tuning in and checking it out. So this is a beholder by Artisan Guild. Pretty cool. He's printed in resin. So I'm going to work on him. Currently the eye is done. I'm done highlighting the red. And I'm going to begin the teeth. And the horns and all the bone work. Doing a rough base coat here, and then I'll go in with a detail brush and get it in better. But I'm just doing this to save some time by getting most of the teeth. I don't know how much longer I'll be streaming for. Either until the baby wakes up or until I'm falling asleep. Teeth. Looks like this horn's broken. I don't think I broke it. No, I didn't break it. Because he primed it and it's got the primer on it. He broke it. I don't like touching models when I'm painting them, but this guy, it's very hard to not touch him. I'm just making sure I'm not gripping anything that's painted too tightly or for too long. I don't want to rub any paint off. Some people wear gloves, but I don't.
Oh, you. How does this happen?
Oops. Whoopsies. Accidentally got some on the red, which is what I'm trying to avoid doing. A little touch-up work as possible would be nice. Alright, base coating's really... But it has to be done. I also has like a scenic printed base to go along with him. So that has to be painted. I started, but it's really nothing. I just started throwing some colors on it. Fun, fun, fun. Painting this guy was actually... I liked painting him more than the WizKids one. I've painted like 3 or 4 of those. And all the scales are just boring on it. This guy looks a lot different. I think it's cooler. The WizKids one with all the scales almost looks like a fish. The more and more I look at it. Which is cool, I guess. Okay, so that's them all kind of floppily base coated there. Oh, I missed this one. And I just noticed is not like symmetrical. Like the bones are all different lengths. It's cool. Like this one over here. This one's kind of growing out of nowhere. Then you got this one kind of out of nowhere. You got this shorter one over here. And just random. I like. Gonna let him sit for a minute and show you the testicle eye stalks. What, 9? Oh, this one actually has 10. I thought that they were supposed to have 9. But yeah. Some laser effects. Eyes. There's 2 more like they go in. It's a big model. Can't even get it on my camera. Probably best not to do it as a stream project, just the awkwardness of it. Gonna go ahead and start giving this a coat. I think I'll be ending the stream soon actually. Just getting a little sleepy. Unless a miracle happens and 102 people show up. I might actually be a little overwhelmed if that happened. I hope that doesn't happen. Going around giving this a second coat, cleaning up the edges that I kind of avoided with the bigger brush. That's heavy too. Kind of tiring to work on. Just a solid chunk of resin. I pinned him to this stand too, so I know he's solid. I have this piece of hair, that's all piece. Oh crap. Hey, don't touch the model. Yeah, I don't think this is a good one for stream just because of how big it is. I apologize. I need to get it done. I'll just work on it for a little bit and then I'm gonna go to bed. Probably after I finish getting the second coat on. Kinda just wanted to show it off. It looks cool. Alright, well, I'm out of paint, so I'm gonna head on out. Thank you everyone for tuning in. This stream was mostly to show off the Huge Minis project. I just wanted to get some more time on. So I don't think I'll stream tomorrow night. I might stream maybe Tuesday night. I might stream Monday or Tuesday night. I'll post and update my schedule accordingly. Since it's hard for me to do a set schedule, I'm trying my best to be consistent. Yeah, thank you. Remember, if you're gonna purchase anything from Huge Minis, use code KD10 for their awesome stuff. We'll talk